But they would rather have, they want to have presidential form of government is a separate issue in the manifesto, but they do have a problem with the present president. On the other hand, they had no problem with making this king as a cultural king so that there would be some kind of stability in the country as well. When one asked them, what if the constitution is not written, what would happen next? And this is a time when Nepali Congress and Maoists were having problem that who will be heading the government. And they said, okay, it's all right, we can go back to 1990 constitution. This is coming from the Maoist main leaders, I mean, names not being taken here right now. This is what was happening in Nepal. So I think this is all about Satta ki Rajniti. And as a result, we are reading too much into the ideology and ideologues that Nepal has produced. And about China also. China's influence in Nepal would be major also in the issue of federalism. Do they actually want Nepal to become federal? They are also putting their own pressure, and they're more concerned, as he said, about Tibet. Definitely, as if they do not even want those areas which are the Himal of Nepal, the Trans-Himalayan range within Nepal, which is more closer culturally and geographically towards Tibet. So they also do not want Nepal to go in a federal way within quote of identity kind of politics. Now our next speaker is Dr. Arjun Karki.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dr. Vijay made my life easier. I don't need to really go into detail of Nepali politics. In fact, when I decided to come here, I thought I was coming here to listen rather than talk about Nepal. So there are hardly anything that you don't know, and I know more than you about Nepal. This is what I believe. And that's why I requested Professor and organizer to put me at the last so that I can react and respond to some of the remarks that the speakers will do here. But since I am second and the speaker, so let me share some of my thoughts. Basically, I prefer to remain as in the question and answer and dialogue kind, more the respond to your interest about what's going on in Nepal and particularly my opinion. In fact, the discussion is more about election. He did not really like to go deep into the election dynamics. Perhaps he decided to do that deliberately because it can be controversial and contentious as well. And I also think that this is not really not a right time to talk about what is going to happen in election. That is scheduled to be held on 19th of November. I think there is either this type of discussion should have organized 1 month before or 1 month later the election. We are here already.
We'll have 1 month later.
So I would really like to come and join you in the panel of that. But you see, though, the election is going to happen, and most of our political parties are going to participate. Unfortunately, some of our very important political groups are boycotting it. And I'm quite sympathetic to the question, not boycott, but issue they have raised about the election. But I'm not sure. I had a very serious meeting with Secretary General of the CPM Maoist Party day before yesterday. And I'm still not sure again whether this is the real reason. If this is the case, there may be in fact they were talking about let's agree on key issues of contentious issue of constitution, that's there. And also they were talking about we should have a political government. I am not really against that. But it's too late now, okay? Our parties were not able to agree on anybody's leadership. They rather agree to a non-political leadership of government. That is unfortunate. We didn't really like. But this is what our party leaders agree. We are not party and we are not really in a position to make decisions. What we have agreed. Whether we like them or not. So that is the reality at this point. So election is going to happen. And I'm really worried about a major political bloc is out of this process. And I don't know the consequence, but I am in favor of it. With the schedule date, if we fail to have election, then if we really look at the opportunity cost, then we would really go deep into the backward. Okay, if we fail to have election, I am still not sure in politics and global anything could happen even in the last minute, right? But if we fail to have election, then we will have more problem. So that's why I am worried about that. So Vijayji touched upon, we have in fact, it's not only Vijayji. When we had a big political change, so Nepal was kind of a role model, hope, dream for everybody. All over the world, that we travel, attend a conference. People were interested. So, and after a while, when we had a debate about state restructuring and federalism, I was in Ghana attending a conference and a very left group invited me to give a talk about internal discussion and debate about Nepal. Particularly, they were interested to know why a communist, a Marxist, Maoist party was interested to have a federal state along the line of caste and ethnicity. They were saying that we failed to understand. We are shocked and surprised to learn. This issue became a big political issue in Nepal. I have my own analysis and position, but I am not really going to talk about that because I am presenting the case of my country. So this is the state restructuring and forms of governance are the two very contentious issues in our politics now, and also they are also the key election issue. We have parties from royalists to radical Maoists. You all are aware of that fact. And we also had, and we are going to have, in fact, the majority in our parliament and constituent assembly led by leftists, Marxists, socialists. And according to BSG, it is 92%. Fine. This is true. But the problem, the dilemma is, and I have also mentioned this last time when I came here in Delhi, our problem is not communist, Marxist, socialist, leftist. Our main problem, this is not only true in the case of Nepal, but also over to South Asia. See, the problem is Marxists are not Marxists. And Marxists are not Marxists, socialists are not socialists, and Democrats are not democratic. The difference is only flag and signboard. Okay? And this is the real problem that we are encountering. Not only in Nepal, but also in many South Asian countries. So, sometimes we are proud of that, we are associated with this party, communist, Maoist, Marxist, socialist, democratic. But all of these parties are led by feudal mindset, authoritarian mindset. So, what I have been arguing in Nepalese media is, see, only your signboard and name don't make you communist, Marxist, socialist, democratic. We have a situation, I was really surprised. couple of weeks back, okay, a leader of Congress party joined Maoist party in the morning, and he was able to get a ticket for member of parliament election in the evening. And next morning he was candidate of Maoist party, and vice versa. And some of our the Maoist, communist leaders joined Congress and also RPP in the morning, and in the evening, okay, they were rallies contesting election on behalf of that political party. So, in fact, our real problem is honesty. Whether we speak our mind or not, whether we really believe on what we really, whether we are walking the talk or not. So our problem in our region is we as a pressure group, we as a civil society need to really urge our leader to walk the talk. So look at the election manifestos. They all are talking about we want to eradicate poverty, we are for equality, justice, democracy, we are in favor of poor people, we are in favor of Dalit, women, marginalized, tribal, you name it. Everything is there. So and when they come in the government, and what they subscribe is all those policies recommended by what we often really refer is neoliberal, imperialist, capitalist policy. Babu Ramji was finance minister, a Maoist rebel, ideologue. I'm not sure whether we are going to have such an enlightened person in the position of a finance minister in the near future. I was really, and he is also our friend. We were together in movement, so I went to see him. When he presented his fiscal policy in the parliament, I read it and I went to see him. And I asked him, Babu Ramji, when I read it, it doesn't really look much different than what Ram Sharma presented in the parliament. No, once we are in government, okay.
Is it different from Surendra Pandey?
Okay.
They all consensus.
Surendra Pandey, Bharat Mohan are different to me because Babu Ramji is much more exposed, educated, and many of our leaders are Maoist, communist, UML, Marxist, socialist, without knowing what socialism, Marxism, Leninism was all about. We know that. But we also have some leaders who really know what they really mean. So that's why I was taking an example. I'm not really against Babu Ramji, but I'm really sharing an example. So I was talking about when I look at your 40-point demand that you have presented before the Deva, before you started war, and this does not really match what you have presented. No. So, and see, he knows what is World Bank, what is IMF. And many of us are critical of neoliberal policies, policies that are imposed, promoted by World Bank and IMF. And then, Babu Ramji rightly told me that, and I really understand this, and I agree with him. And now I am finance minister, and I am also a member of the governing board of World Bank. I am also a member of the governing board of IMF. So how can I go against the policy of World Bank and IMF? And I understand what does that really mean, and many of us understand what does that mean. So this is what is, in fact, we put ourselves in that particular place. We might have to say same thing. This world is globalized in a way that, see, many of us cannot really resist within the framework of the state that we are really functioning at this moment. So it's very difficult. So if we are unable to reform and restructure the whole governance system, no matter which political party or political ideology we subscribe, we won't be able to really walk the talk and put our money where our mouth is. We need to really understand that, because see, look, we have experienced all kinds. We have experienced Rana regime, we have experienced Panchayat, we have experienced absolute monarchy, we have experienced socialist Congress, we have a communist UML, and we also have experience of functioning under the Maoist radical party who waged war for 10 years. That cost us a lot. And to me, we didn't really make any difference when they come into power and start working as government. So this is the big challenge for us to democratize our country and democratize our development. In fact, the meaning of democracy and meaning of peace for those who are living in capital cities like Kathmandu or New Delhi, and for those who are living in remote villages where such war ways are different. For us, meaning of democracy is who is going to be next prime minister, who is going to be next president, who is going to form a new government. That is the democracy and peace for us. But for those who are living in remote villages, meaning of democracy and meaning of peace are different. They are worried about whether they are going to, they are able to send their kids to a decent school or not, whether they are going to have 3 million a day or not. That is the democracy and that is the peace for them. And whether our political party, 92% represented by Marxist, socialist, communist, leftists, are going to address these development challenges or peace dividend to these people are. Our political elite, those who waged war, fought for democracy, they took advantage of peace and democracy. They got the most part of peace dividend. But for those who are living in remote villages, where this war was waged, they have not really received any peace dividend. So no, that there is a mass frustration. So this will have some kind of impact in election result as well. So many of us think that the right wing royalists wars might come as, to me the royalists, marxists, communists, UML, only okay, the difference is only signboard. But still okay, they are there as a block. So they might make a significant progress. Politically, it is going to be big threat to Democrats, Socialists, Communists, Marxists. And it is not because people are more sympathetic to monarchy or royalty, but because of frustration. In fact, if you really look at the last Constituent Assembly election, many royalists, many UML, many Congress people voted Maoist. All those votes secured by Maoist party were not really voted by Maoist. Out of frustration, out of anger, people voted out other so-called larger parties. So this is what we are going to have in our forthcoming election as well. So we are really worried about, and this will have an implication in international policy and international politics as well. So we are talking about India-Nepal relation, India-Nepal-China relation, and China-India-Nepal. So we are talking about, we want to be bridge between India and China. That is what most political parties election manifesto say. And many of us in Nepal are not aware of, we don't know much about India, and we don't know much about, we know little about China. And many of us think that Nepal is in between China and India, which is not really true. Very few Nepali people know about it. We thought that without Nepal, China cannot really enter India, and without Nepal, India cannot really touch China. This is what many of us think in Nepal, which is not true. And in fact, we are also there in this arena. I am also a student of international diplomacy, public diplomacy. And what I have witnessed globally is these days they buy and sell relations. In international, they buy and sell relationship. So if China has to choose one out of India and Nepal, I am sure China would give importance to India, not Nepal. Very few Nepalese know that. And if India had to choose between Nepal and between Nepal and China, India would give importance to China because of not we only look at the problem part, but also India and China have not about trade, international relations, international politics. They are part of G20 and also BRICS. So they have a block to work as a pressure group against G8 and also social of countries. So we are not really aware of this politics and this political dynamic. Right? So we need to really understand ourselves. And we know that we are talking about big brothers India, and we also this morning talked about how China is performing, working, doing things in Nepal. So I don't really get worried about that. If we are able to defend our sovereignty ourselves, neither China nor India can really disturb us. So our problem is we don't know our strength and we are exaggerating the so-called strength that we don't really have, doesn't exist. So that is our real problem. In fact, there is no consensus about national interest among key political actors in Nepal. There is no consensus about what we mean by national sovereignty in our country. And if we have a national consensus, we can really defend our autonomy and sovereignty. So many of our leaders think that India or China need to defend our sovereignty or our interest. No, they are not there for that. Indian presence in Nepal is not to defend Nepalese interest in Nepal. They are there to defend Indian interest. It's very normal and obvious. Chinese are in Nepal not to defend Nepalese interest. See, any student of international relations or international diplomacy will understand. Because the reason why Chinese are there is to defend Chinese interest. So in the case of European Union and US. But we need to defend our national interest, not Chinese or Indian. I had a very interesting meeting with one of the very senior Indian diplomat in New York a couple of years back. And he told me that आप लोग सूद को जूता मार दिया क्यों वो बेचारा को ऐसा कर दिया ऐसा बोला. This is what he had. And we were discussing about what he was really meant by that. Because Nepalese Indian ambassador in Nepal is there to defend. He is paid to defend Indian interests in Nepal. India has ambassador and we have Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, Defense Minister, all intellectual, think tank, civil society. If one ambassador defeat all our political leaders and interest groups, then we should have a national unity, national consensus about what we really mean by national interest, national sovereignty. If we have consensus, we should also be able to have a dialogue at political level rather than dealing with the middlemen or brokers. So one of the interesting, many of our friends were skeptical about our big wigs traveling to India in the recent past. But I was really very happy about that. See, our leaders were talking to political leaders here. So that is the positive part. Rather than dealing with many of us are aware of
Prayogshala actors.
Prayogshala actors. Okay. It is really okay. if Prachanda, if there is a problem, if ambassador or counselor or any junior diplomat or raw or anybody disturbing them, if Prachanda pick up phone and if he calls to Sonia Gandhi or Manmohan Singh, I am sure that they would really receive that call and respond. But our leaders don't do that. So that's why we have to make an effort to strengthen, enlighten, and work as a pressure group to make a national consensus on what we really mean by national interest and national sovereignty. And this need to be a subject of national debate in our own country. And we must not expect India or China or US or European Union to come to our country and help us to defend our sovereignty and everything. They will never do it. They will rather buy and sell their constituency, and for example, there are popular saying in Nepal that, not in Nepal but in international arena, that US and EU want to see Nepal from India's eye.
US
Why?
and UK.
Why? Because we are not really providing level field. We are not really able to really walk the talk. We are not able to really define what we mean by our national sovereignty and national security. It's our part. We should really come up with very clear cut definition of national sovereignty, national integrity, and national interest. And this needs to be a national country. In fact, we have witnessed India and US. We don't really want to copy Indian model or US model, but you see, we have seen regime change in US. And when I was in Newark, when Hillary Clinton was elected as senator from Newark, many of my friends were happy. They were partying, rallying. Oh, Hillary Clinton, Democrat came, Obama came. Many of our friends. But look at their foreign and defense policy. It's not really much different than. Maybe different for Americans there. For many of us, their war strategy, their neoliberal, colonial, big brother strategy was the same. And then many of us also think that even worse in some cases. India, in fact, I have to be very honest with you, whether BJP or Congress, whoever comes in power, largely, I'm not really, if you go detail there, we can find differences, but there, largely their foreign defense policy is not really going to be much different than what they already have. So maybe we must learn from this experience. We must not copy, but we need to really learn from them. And then if we really, let me contextualize that in our forthcoming election, this is an opportunity. And this is the last opportunity for us. And if we fail to really promulgate the Constitution within the stipulated time, then we are already an undeclared failed state, and we are going to a worse situation in the days to come. So this is what I briefly want to share with you, and I would like to really engage with you in conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Karki. You've raised certain important issues. One observation of his is quite significant when he says that royalists in this election will make a significant presence. It's like over the time, and actually after 2006, people were hiding their association with the royalists. But today you see that they become very vocal and open about it. They also are now talking that what kind of state restructure they want to have. So that is a very important change that we see in maybe socio-political scenario. Another thing that you said that Nepal, if it doesn't write the constitution this time, as it is, it has been declared as a failed state. But I would have preferred, and I'm sure during the discussions you will touch upon certain issues, how institutions in Nepal have suffered. For example, from 2008 onwards, significantly, your security forces, there was an attempt to interfere in the army as well, then how Supreme Court or judiciary per se was also getting influenced by this. So I think, if institutions are working, economy at one level is working, even though their industry suffered a lot, agriculture suffered, but through remittances, economy was there. But if institutions like this start suffering, then definitely one has a major problem, and I would like you to touch upon that. Secondly, as per you said about how leadership in Nepal is not interacting with leaders within India, I would say that the young leadership in both the countries see themselves very differently from the leaders of the past. For example, Nepali Congress had good relations with socialists in India or Congress in India. Today we do not see that. Even the Congress leadership in India sees Nepal as just another neighboring country. That special relationship within court that we had does not exist anymore. From Nepal's side also, I realized leadership, which is a very positive step, of course, that they are younger generation is much more confident. They're confident to tackle with India. They wouldn't want to have relations only with India, but as a sovereign independent country to have relations with any country, which is within quote again in their national interest. So be it is fine. But as a result, what happens that that linkage, that special linkage that leaders had between India and Nepal, just picking up phone and talking to each other, has actually has come down. With these words, now I open the floor for question and answers. Please identify yourself and also the speaker to whom you want to raise your question.
Not only question, but also contribution.
And observation. Yeah.
Yes, observation.
One, Dr. Lodhi, I want to know how many parties are pro और हिंदी में बोल देता हूँ मैं कितनी पार्टियां राजा के फेवर के लक्षण बनती हैं?
Could you please introduce yourself?
I am रजनीकांत सर.
3 महीना जेल में थे आपके लोकतंत्र के. 77 में you remember there were death sentence passed on. So you were general secretary of Yuva Janata at that time. So in front of Nepal embassy, court did arrest. He jumped inside the things and he
कितनी
was.
पार्टीज दक्षिणपंथी या राजा के समर्थन वाली पार्टियां हैं और कितने कैंडिडेट्स वो लोग लड़ा रहे हैं इस चुनाव में? कुछ आइडिया?
परोक्ष के साफ
साफ ही.
pro royalist. How many parties?
There are only two declared pro-royalists. One is Shiva Sena, and another is RPP Nepal. Two parties, okay, they are publicly defending monarchy and they are calling for support for restoring monarchy in Nepal. Shiva Sena and RPP Nepal. So we also have former royalists, but they are even the RPP, but they are not really defending monarchy and they are not really calling for Hindu state. But they come from similar background like RPP Nepal. So I wouldn't really call them monarchists. Yeah, they are candidates. I don't know number, but I think they have filed nomination from most constituencies.
RPP Nepal openly says they are monarchists, pro-monarchy.
Open, yeah. This is they are contesting election. They are calling for, requesting support of citizens for restoring monarchy and Hindu kingdom.
How many states they have contested?
I think
All? Almost all?
almost all, I guess.
Around 200, 109,000.
So PR will get some.
204. Out of 240, they have filled for almost 200.
कितना?
Almost 200.
So PR they will get some good seats.
More than 10.
Okay, it's not the right time to predict, but I don't think they'll get good number of votes first the post, but they are going to get really good number of votes for
PR.
yeah. Expected, I don't know.
I'll ask to both of you.
I won't vote them,
I'm Anil Handa, I'm an activist and a lawyer of profession. From your thoughts, what I would rather like to ask you is that is the first line of leaders the present Nepal trying to imitate the politics of the Indian state or is it going to nowhere? As it resumes and you find that the country is not yet stabilized. And before that, if you want to have prejudice towards the outside world, so how do you find that state to be a normal thing so that you can, the nation first policy could be a priority to the existing leadership?
Maybe you are the right person.
I feel as an Indian, fellow Indian, I feel uncomfortable with the question. So don't like to answer because Nepalis don't copy anyone. Nobody wants to. And it's a era of democracy. They analyze us, they analyze our leadership, they analyze our inter-party battles. And then what they think is the best, they adopt. So some things resemble our party leaders' conduct, some don't. So I won't, stereotype them whether the younger generation is copying or not copying. When this close relation both of them talked about was there, at that time also they were fellow travelers. We were participating, our ancestors in the socialist movement were participating in the Nepal democracy movement as the fellow travelers. Similarly, they were in jail for India's independence, not copying or not being inspired only. And if Indians are inspired by Gandhi or Mao, they are also inspired by Gandhi and Mao. So it is not as Indian, it is what Gandhi stood for. Karamat Ali ji is from Pakistan and he was one of the key speakers in engagement with Gandhi World Social Forum, Mumbai. So he is not copying Indian, he is trying to understand the ideals of one great person of South Asia. So this is how we should look at it and not copying or not copying.
Now Mandal.
Pardon?
Now Mandal and Mandal Commission report
Mandal Commission.
This has become
Yeah, Mandal Commission was a big
a big
thing.
influence
In 1994, if you give me
Sure,
minute, I went, being a socialist, first I went to Krishna Prasad Bhattarai. He was not Prime Minister by then. I went and we discussed a whole lot of things. So when we were partying, I had gone with your friend and my friend Smita Kothari. तो जब निकलने लगे तो भट्टराई जी प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे और वो नेपाल के सबसे उनके बारे में कहा जाता है एक छतरी और संदूक लेके गए थे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस में और वही लेके निकले तो बहुत इंटेग्रिटी वाले आदमी माने जाते हैं संत प्राइम मिनिस्टर का। तो उन्होंने कहा कि देखो बाकी सब तो ठीक है, अब आपका प्राइम मिनिस्टर बहुत गड़बड़ कर रहा है, फोन उठा के भूटान वालों को जरा सा धमका दे तो ये नेपाली हमारे यहाँ इतने आ गए हैं भूटान से क्लीनिंग कर रहा है, ये सब शिकायतों के पर ये सब एक मैटर ऑफ रूटीन या रिचुअल उन्होंने कहा। वो जानते थे कि हमारे को कहने का कोई मतलब नहीं, लेकिन जो उन्होंने सीरियस शिकायत की एज ए सोशलिस्ट वर्कर, उन्होंने कहा देखो बाकी सब ठीक है, ये दीप उपाध्याय है ना, ये इस तरह से 3-4 ब्राह्मण कायस्थों से परिचय कराया और कहा कि देखो ये 3 पुरखों से सार्वजनिक जीवन में है, ये इतने पढ़े लिखे हैं, ये इतने पढ़े लिखे हैं और तुम्हारे यहाँ से मंडल आ गया तो बहुत गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, इन लोगों का कोई रोल नहीं बचेगा। तो मन में I was the first pro मंडल who quoted arrest 7 नवंबर 1990 का मुझे याद था, 94 की ये बात है। तो I felt very hurt and embarrassed। मुझे लगा कि ये सोशलिस्ट लोग जो है थक गए हैं पूरी दुनिया में, यूरोप वाले भी न्यू लिबरल हो गए, यहाँ के भी जो है एंटी दलित एंटी ओबीसी हो गए। तो उसके बाद मैं और स्मितू दोनों गए वहाँ अपने माधव नेपाल जी से मिले। तो माधव नेपाल जी की पार्टी का दफ्तर, उनकी सादगी, उनकी साफ गोई, एकदम स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड सब बात करना, और हमारे नेताओं का जो एरोगेंस है कि कैसे हर किशन जब तक ये लोग पावर में नहीं थे तो अपने यहाँ CPI-ML से लिबरेशन, विनोद मिश्रा की पार्टी से इनका फ्रेटर्नल रिश्ता था, क्योंकि CPM की बदतमीजी, मतलब 2-2 घंटा किशन सिंह सुरजीत इंतजार करवाते थे माधव नेपाल या सीनियर लीडर्स को, और कोई सीरियस बात नहीं करते थे ये लोग, अपने आप को हिंदुस्तान का जैसे यही प्राइम मिनिस्टर हो। एनीवे दैट्स बिसाइड। तो ये सब बातें उन्होंने एकदम खुल के सब कही। तो उसके बाद चलने लगे तो एग्जैक्टली इन दी सेम वर्ड्स कि देखो भैया, हम तो अंडरग्राउंड में भारत में जाके काम करते थे, ओली जी देश के पहले नक्सलाइट माने जाते हैं, KP शर्मा ओली उनके डिप्टी प्राइम मिनिस्टर रहे हैं, विदेश मंत्री रहे हैं। तो बोले वो तो हमारे नेपाल में आपके यहाँ से इंस्पायर्ड हुए, पद्म रतन तुलाधर, कई नाम एक साथ बोल दिए, ये सब इंडिया में कम्युनिस्ट अंडरग्राउंड थे। तो इंडिया से तो हम कोई एंटी नहीं है, सब चीज़ों से बहुत चीज़ों में मिल के काम किया है, कम्युनिस्ट मूवमेंट के साथ करते हैं, लेकिन एक चीज़ हमें आपकी नहीं चाहिए, मंडल मत। तो पूरी दोनों ये पार्टियां मेजर पार्टी थी। UM इनसे टूट के, जैसे अभी टूटी है वैसे ही इनसे टूट के एक ML अलग बना था, उसको वोट तो मिला था 7-8%, पर तब PR नहीं था, तो इसलिए 0 उनका रिप्रेजेंटेशन था। तो मुख्य रूप से 2 ही पार्टियां थी, माधव नेपाल ओली और इन लोगों की, और दूसरी जो है नेपाली कांग्रेस। ये दोनों मिला के हाथ में जितनी उंगलियां होती हैं इतने दलितों को भी वोट नहीं देते। ये तो माओवादियों ने, उनकी कन्विक्शन है या पॉपुलिज्म है, ये रेलेवेंट नहीं है, पर जो इतना बड़ा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जो हुआ है नेपाली सोसाइटी में, दलितों का 1/3 हाउस में 1/3 है ना रिजर्वेशन विमेन के लिए, 33% ये है, जनजातियों के लिए है, ये सब माओवादियों के कारण हुआ है, वो अड़ गए थे इस बात पे और इसलिए हुआ है। तो अब इसको नकल कहें या इन लोकल डायनेमिक्स, तो मेरे समझ से ये नकल नहीं है, ये लोकल डायनेमिक्स है। एलिटिज्म भी लोकल डायनेमिक्स है, और जब स्पेस बनता है वो भी लोकल डायनेमिक्स है। जैसे हिंदुस्तान में जो मंडल है, आप सोशलिस्ट मूवमेंट को क्रेडिट दिया जाता है, राममनोहर लोहिया को दिया जाता है ये प्रेफरेंशियल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन का। तो 1934 में पार्टी बनी, तब भी वो पार्टी में थे। 1955 तक वो जब सीनियर लोग आचार्य नरेंद्र देव थे, अशोक मेहता थे, JP थे लोहिया से, वो भी सीनियर थे, तब तक ये कास्ट पॉलिसी नहीं आई थी रिजर्वेशन। जब खुद लोहिया ने अलग से पार्टी बनाई तो अपनी रेडिकल रूट्स और आइडेंटिटी कैसे बने, तो कास्ट का एक्सप्लॉयटेशन क्या है, कास्ट और जेंडर का रिलेशन क्या है, इस सब पे बोला है। तो ज़्यादातर स्पीचेज आप मार्क करेंगे पोस्ट 55 में, तो ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट होता है। तो इसी तरह से माओवादियों को अपने को UML से बेहतर दिखाने के लिए जो उन्होंने एफर्ट किया, उनके समाज से वो जूझे, तो ये एक रिजर्वेशन की बात निकली है। बट बीइंग दिस इज माय सोशलिस्ट प्रेजुडिस स्पीकिंग, मार्क्सिस्ट लोग प्लूरलिटी को और कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस को थोड़ा हैंडल करने में दिक्कत होती है, क्योंकि अंतरात्मा की आवाज़ को अनसाइंटिफिक मानते हैं। तो उसके चलते दे हैव वेंट टू फार इन सेइंग कि अग्राधिकार, यानी हर प्रांत जो है वो एक ना एक एथनिसिटी को डोमिनेंट मान के उसके आधार पे बनेगा। उससे अब क्या हुआ है कि समाज में बहुत एथनिक और कास्ट पोलराइजेशन बहुत हो गया है, डिपोलिटाइजेशन ज़्यादा हो गया है, और आइडेंटिटी का नॉन इशू एसर्शन ज़्यादा हो गया है। But I think this election results will do some corrective, ऐसी मेरी feeling है, पर it's too early to say.
So it's unique. We are not copying. Our leaders are not copying anything that's from.
Yes.
Unique, okay, depending on democracy. We have lobbied Europe, US, India, South Asia, China, all. So, of course, it is easier for us to come here and get assembled. Okay, I was here on 22nd day of Kumbh. But before I arrived in New Delhi, I had a very important meeting in US, Brussels, London, and we had sorry guys to Colombo and we came here and we had meetings there and we realized that we have no single joint statement against the coup. So some of our friends, including Vijay Pratapji, oh, you guys are asking support from us, but there is no joint collective statement against the king's takeover. So how we could really do it? So in fact, I was one of those persons involved in drafting all party statement against the king's takeover, which was done here in the Green Park in New Delhi. So of course, it's easier for us to commute to Delhi and get assembled, but we, in fact, I was one of the persons who organized or lobbied the US government to convene a public hearing in the US State Department. I am Secretary of State chaired that meeting and I was one of the speakers. So we were the group who lobbied European Parliament to organize a public hearing defending democracy in Nepal. So at that time, EU was chaired by UK and I was invited to give testimony in defending democracy in Nepal. So British Foreign Minister Jack Straw asked me a question. They were all parliamentarians asking questions to me. And Foreign Minister, I still remember that, he asked me, Dr. Kharki, there are several autocracies, authoritarian regime in the world. Why we should make a public statement and parliamentary resolution against the king's takeover in Nepal? And Maoists are terrorists and 7 parties are corrupt. Why should we support your democracy? That was a $1 billion question to me at that time. But you see, at that time, I was president of Federation of Nepal. So before I left Kathmandu, all head of 7 parties, including Girja Prasad Koirala, came to my office. And they asked me, okay, look, so we were really criticizing them. You guys are really not worthy defending. Why should we support you? It's a closed door meeting. But including Girja Prasad ji asked us, okay, look, we made mistake. We are willing to correct ourselves. We are not going to be as corrupt as in the past. My exaggeration, right? So this is what they were saying. And I came here in Delhi and I met Prasanta ji. They were on the red corner notice of Indian government and also Nepal government. But we had meeting here with Prasanta ji and Maharaj ji and Bhavram ji, and they are no, you go and so now we want to renounce violence, so we want to get into mainstream politics. So you can speak on, you can take our word as word. So I told them, all parliamentarians, look, I had meeting with 7 parties here. They have realized their mistakes. They are no longer corrupt. They are good parties. See, I would, even if I would say, civil society are great, support our them. They wouldn't do that. After we have to support our party, Democratic Party. So they are good. And Maoists, they are no longer terrorists. They have agreed to renounce violence. They are encouraging politics. So this is how we defended, lobbied international community. I was one of those persons who was invited to address 25 European Union member state parliament, in fact, in Nepal's democracy. I was largely based there for 10 months.